Hello everyone, welcome back to Thrive Yoga Fit Transformational Coaching. This is Erin. Hello, I'm clocking in from Orlando. I'm taking a little vacation and it's going to be Matt and myself. He was here for a little while, but with his work situation it switched. So here I am and I'm so grateful for this time. We have a really nice place. We sat through one of those awful timeshare presentations like 2 years ago. And I'm very good at saying no because I know that those things are a sentence that's like till death do you part, like you'd easier die than get out of a contract with the people at RCI or Hilton. So I'm good at saying no. But I said, okay, where's my voucher? And they give away a week free at Club Wyndham. So it's actually quite nice. And hey, it's free, so I can't beat it. So I'm taking this time to decompress and spread my life out on the table and look at the pieces, see what's working, what's not. I also, this time of year, my body likes to cleanse. And so I've been doing a little parasite cleanse. I've been doing an intestinal cleanse. I did have some sort of infection going on, just nothing serious, but I know it sounds serious, but just something going on with my guts. But if you've been listening to this podcast as long as I've been creating it, you'll know that around this time, usually my gut starts giving me trouble. So it is a time of letting go, even though in Florida, the palm trees don't turn different colors. We like to say that the license plates turn different colors, and it's very true. So 'tis the season for me to take some time and let go so that I can channel this creation energy for you all. And today I was so inspired by a session that I did, and it was a beautiful session of helping somebody to recover their power that had been taken away from them as far as autonomy over their body. Beautiful session, and it was powerful. We wound up going through the different chakras, and we went through in an elevator fashion. So, and then we went down into the sacral chakra. So, a beautiful experience, and we were able to help her process. And I find that being in service is such a powerful, circumstance for me to be able to channel the best of my ability, because I'm used as a conduit, and the best of my ability comes through because my heart is open and I'm in service. And it inspired me as far as my Embody the Goddess workshop, which is what I'm going to talk about on this podcast. But I actually just came from a psychic. His name is Lokeshji. He's, you'll see it says like best psychic in the world. And he's certainly wonderful. And he actually gave me a lime because I helped him to research his Spotify podcast account. He wants to set one up. And so I wanted to help him with that. And as a gift, he gave me this lime. And so I'm supposed to keep it with me in my pocket. And after 4 days, throw it away. So it makes me very sad to throw away the lime. I said, should I eat it? He's like, no. And I was like, I don't know. I really like limes. So maybe I would add it to a dish, or who knows, maybe I'd make a margarita while I'm here. So anyways, I've had a very wonderful time so far. I have been reading a lot. I'm reading this book called Shantaram, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's a long book. It's about 900 pages. And I'm about 14% in, according to Kindle. And it's about this fellow. He's an ex-convict, and he escapes Australia, even though he says he's from New Zealand. He has a fake passport and papers and visa. And he meets his guide. His name is Prabhu, and Prabhu shows him around these different parts of Bombay, I guess now referred to as Mumbai, but both are acceptable. And I love it because, one, I love India. I love everything yoga, India. I want to learn all about it. I want to know about it. I'm trying to get my head bobble down. So just learning about the different aspects of Indian culture through reading this book from the perspective of a very eloquent ex-convict, by the way. So it's a great book so far. I'm between that book and a yogic anatomy book, the new book by Deborah Adele on the kleshas. I'm also still reading Todd Norian's book. I like to dissect it into little chunks and pull it apart. And again, if you haven't heard, he is visiting Thrive, my yoga studio, December 1st through the 3rd. I'm so excited to see him. And if you haven't picked up his book, it's really great. My book's good too, by the way. If you didn't know, it's on Amazon. And if you bought it, leave a review, because remember that stalker guy? Yeah, he left a shitty review, and I reported it. A couple people reported it. So if you have bought my book on Amazon, do a sister a favor, help a girl out, and please leave a review, an honest review. Hopefully it will be 5 stars, but honest review is what I value more. So after coaching this morning, I wanted to transfer that energy, because it's very powerful Shakti energy moving through me. And by the way, if you didn't know, your creation energy it's down around your sacrum, your sacral chakra. So if you're blocked there, it's going to be very hard to be able to pull that energy up and forward. And you know, us as women, and men too, but I think more women, especially not just in American culture, but certainly Middle Eastern and Asian culture, women, our genitalia is shamed. It's a bad place. It's, a place of just evil, which is terrible, by the way, because it's the opposite. It's where we're birthed from. How could that be evil? But a theory, women are powerful, baby. Shakti is powerful. And so if you convince us to shame a particular area, not just shame us, but have us shame each other, and let's say that this has been accepted for a while, you're cutting off our magic. And so that is the easiest way to control, the more powerful. So sorry, dudes, but when you have a part of your body that allows for a vortex of souls to come through, then you can come talk to me. But Shakti energy, men are very powerful too. But platform today, talking about my ladies. So my Embody the Goddess workshop sort of came to me after that session, and I've been waiting. By the way, the workshop set up. I have people signed up, and if you haven't signed up, it's November 3rd in the evening. You sign up at thriveyogafit.com. I was sitting on it because sometimes, not even sometimes, very often, I use Shraddha. I take a leap of faith, and I might not know the hows and the whys, but there is a feeling coming through, and I have to roll with it. And so I set up this workshop, and knowing a couple of elements, like I knew that I'm going to have some dance incorporated. And actually my friend Jillian Gardner, hi Jillian if you listen to this, her and I kind of serendipitously went to St. Pete. And on the way there, we were having such good conversation. She's a new mom. She is the wife of one of my best friends, Raymond Gardner. Hi, Ray. And we were just, shooting the shit and just talking very unguarded and just kind of letting it all out. And it was, it's just so awesome to have conversations like that where you just you're real. And not that Jillian hasn't been real with me before, but I think that we were in a space where it was just, I don't know, something shifted and there was a deeper connection and we had the space to do it, and just boom, we just had some great conversations. I was so grateful for it. And we went to this workshop. It was called Shake Rising. And we went in and we were just a touch late and people are already dancing. So it's like, all right, that's cool. And like everyone's just kind of dancing on the mat doing their own thing. And I was like, all right. And then the gal was going through the chakras, which I was like, oh, she said chakras and not chakras. So I was impressed. And it was all about women empowerment. It was a really nice workshop and I was inspired by that. But I thought, I want to do something like this, but not this. Right? Because I always like to do my own thing. And I thought, goddess embodiment is so powerful. Just to imagine the image of Saraswati and pulling up like all this musical inspiration and art and music, and then Lakshmi, like this beautiful goddess that's just everywhere she goes, she's spreading coins and filling up other people's bowls, being in service. And then, of course, there's the different aspects of Parvati, Kalima, and Durga Ma. So like all these different aspects of the goddess that embody the characteristics that we ourselves would want to embody. I like to say I am like Durga Mataji because I have all the arms and I'm doing so many things. She's the ultimate multitask queen. So what I learned in the session that helped to break through my block that I had about this workshop was, you will not be able to embody the goddess unless this area is free from shame, free from negative energy, and we have open connection from our psyche, our heart, and then down into the sacral area. Because then we can be powerful conductors of this Shakti electricity. So after that session, I was like, oh, that's it. I want it to be cathartic. I want this workshop to be fun. Like I want to dance, I want to move, right? I want to move the hips. But I want to help women tap into safely areas of trauma and help them to make contact with that in a safe way and start the process of healing that. And then introduce some education on the goddesses, do a little bit of dress up and do a little bit of dance and maybe even some meditation, but also manifestation. So I got really excited after that session because it's just, whew, I felt the power of it. Like I felt it through the screen, person across, other side of the planet. And I've had quite a few clients from other parts of the world that I've worked with. And, I write about in my book a client that I had from England who healed some sexual trauma with me over video. At one point, I had her take her hand, put it right down on her you-know-what, and just kind of send healing, loving energy there. And it was such a beautiful process. And so being able to make contact with this area of ourselves and reclaim it, reclaim the power and step into it is so beautiful. And so doing it in a fun way, doing it in a couple of steps, I think is what I'm going for with Embody the Goddess. So, and I'm recording this podcast on the very last day of Navaratri, which is the 9 nights of the goddess. And it's a powerful day because there is a goddess. She is associated with the Siddhis, which are the superpowers. So Siddhis in the Yoga Sutras, they talk about it in the third pada of the Yoga Sutras, which is Vibhuti pada. So Vibhuti is the ash that you put across, the irreducible substance that you put across your forehead when you're being blessed. You do puja ceremony, and there's some magic there in Vibhuti. So we're taking this energy and creating magic. Because if you can access it, then you can channel it, and then you can use it to heal your life. You can use it to manifest. You can use it to open up blocks that you have. And people don't want you to know this because why? Because, well, if you're healing yourself from within, then you're not a very good consumer, are you? But yeah, if you're listening to this, you are powerful. You can heal. You are loved. And so wherever you're at, let's take some deep breaths. If you're driving, take some deep breaths. Don't close your eyes, but just take some deep breaths and settle into your body. And feel your sitting bones if you're sitting. If you're walking, listening to this podcast, just feel your feet on the ground as you take each step. And Become aware of your breath. And allow the outer edges of your cheeks, your jaw, and your chin to soften. And allow this softness to trickle down. And any thoughts that pop up into your head, it's so much work all of a sudden to think. So just let those become slippery. Now at this point, if you're driving, pause this podcast. Do not listen to while you're operating machinery. And I'll see you later. For those of you who are not driving, keep allowing those thoughts to become slippery. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. And see if you can make contact with the more subtle energy that exists within you. See if you can house it. And if you can float in that river of energy. And let it start soaking into your pores, into your muscles, into your bones, into your organs, into your nervous system, and into the deepest aspects of you. And just feel this powerful Shakti energy pulsing through you. And each time you breathe, you're sending it through you more and more. In any areas of resistance, the Shakti just pools. It's not trying to fix or change, it's just giving you loving support, being with you, carrying with it some magical energy. Breathe deep in and out through your nose. And gently allow your heart to start rising up as you relax your sitting bones down. And just breathe and know that this energy exists within you and that you have access to it at any time. And ground yourself into your body even though you traveled through the different layers of your being and you have access to it at any point. But just becoming aware of your body, fingers, toes, blinking your eyes a few times, telling your nervous system, it's okay, I'm here, nothing to fear, abaya. Very good. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get back to the rest of my vacation in Orlando. And I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. And if you are local, I'm again doing my Embody the Goddess workshop November 3rd in the evening. Come shake a tail feather with me, learn a couple of things, and learn how to embody and heal any pain, trauma, hurt that you have. It is the beginning of something pretty phenomenal. It's a bit of an experiment, but I have a lot of great energy behind it, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I hope that you have a great week. Just as a reminder, I have 9 more spots for my 200 and or 300-hour yoga teacher training. That includes 2 weeks in Mysore, India, with Indian teachers. February, we start in February and we go until May, and then June is the trip to India, 2 weeks. I rented out the whole shala. Your meals are included. The field trips are included. We're going to Chamundi Hills, and we're going to Mysore Palace and perhaps one other place. So if you want to experience the magic of India with me and have a very well-rounded yoga teacher training, whether you're doing 200 or 300 hour, I'm your girl. All right, thank you so much, and namaste.
Thank you so much for listening. If you want to support the podcast and if it's helping you, please consider writing a review. You can go to iTunes or Google Play, go into the search bar and type in Thrive Yoga Fit Transformational Coaching, scroll down, and you can leave a review. This helps other people to find me as well as bumps us up in the search ratings. Also, this podcast is sponsor-free, so that means we don't receive anything for doing it. If you feel so inclined and this podcast is helping to support you and you want to return the favor and help to support any production costs of the podcast, feel free to give a donation to a Venmo link, Thrive Yoga Fit, or PayPal, Erin@erincoach.com. If you don't have the means, don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere. You're all good. But if you would like to give back, you can give back in those ways. Thank you so much. Namaste.